Greetings, painting log watcheroos! 2019 is dead, and we killed it! Congratulations! But I suppose that also means that this is the end, so let's get into it. The first model of December was one of those Sanguinary Guard that I bought at the start of the year as motivation but never really did much with as I got distracted with my Spirit Host army. As you can see, he's got one of the Forge World Blood Angel helmets, which I think go really well with the rest of the model, or at least make him look a little more unique. For the paint scheme, I decided to go with a more bronze-heavy version of my usual one to help the Sanguinary Guard stand out a little bit. His sword was originally going to be black with purple edge highlighting, but I just couldn't quite get it looking right, so I ended up just going with the same kind of thing I did for my Librarian weapons. Not much to say about him that I haven't said about painting other Marines, honestly. Although he was mostly painted months ago, I just kind of stopped about a third of the way through doing the wings because, oh boy, can they get tedious. But he's done now, so all I have to worry about is painting the other 4. Expect those to be finished sometime around 2024, I reckon? Next up is an Easy Build Intercessor, the same model I painted earlier this year actually, although this one has had a head swap. The head is from Statuesque Miniatures' Techno Roiders set, and yes, it is a female Marine. I have a handful of Lady Primaris in my army since Primaris are supposed to fix a bunch of weaknesses of regular Marines, and not being able to pull from half the population seems like a pretty big weakness to me. My headcanon is that a woman can totally become a Primaris Marine, it's just that due to the ingrained traditions of most chapters they don't even think to try. But mine did, because they're my super special OCs do not steal. But anyway, she was also a test to try out a skin tone that I hadn't tried to paint before, and I'm pretty happy with how it came out. I'm trying to make my helmetless Marines look more diverse, since they're a fleet-based chapter and they recruit from wherever they can, so it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for them all to be, you know. Last up this month we have a Sniper Scout Sergeant. I've wanted to pick up some of these for a while since my Blood Angels don't have much in the way of troops choices, so being able to throw these into terrain during deployment, giving them effectively a 2+ save whilst picking off characters seems like a lot of fun. This one has a couple of minor modifications. The head is a Wolf Scout one with the Mohawk removed and he had a Purity Seal added. It was interesting to translate my colour scheme onto a Scout, although the real tricky thing was trying to figure out what to do with the camo cloak. Initially, I thought I could do something that fitted with their basing, but I thought that'd end up looking a little bit weird, so in the end I just went with the same kind of thing they do on the studio versions of the Vanguard Marines, just a little bit simpler. It is, after all, pretty neutral, so it's unlikely to clash with any colour scheme really. And I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. Although, again, much like the Sanguinary Guard, I've now got 4 more to do, but that's future me's problem. Oh, and just to fill you in on things that I mentioned last month, although I didn't win Best Painted, my Red Gobbo did win Best Converted at my local GW, which is nice. Also, I did alright at the Purge the Pit tournament at Warhammer World. I didn't get wiped out at least, and I had a lot of fun and met a lot of very nice people, which is more important than winning anything really, innit? So, my final score for 2019 is 59 models painted against 52 models bought. I made it. Just, with only a mild amount of cheating. But how do those 59 models break down? Well, there was 4 Epic models, 11 Rogue Trader models, 3 Space Crusade models, 19 models or 1,148 points of Eldar, and 2 limited edition models. Also, since it's the main army I use, my Blood Angel successors, the Argent Wardens, went from this many painted at the start of the year to this many now, which makes me feel like 40% less bad when I field them. And that's not even mentioning this other stuff which is full of Necrons for some reason. And considering that, in 2018 I only painted 17 models total, I'm honestly really happy with the progress. And really happy with this series too, even if it did lampshade my inability to stay on one painting project for more than a month. When I started this series, it was just to motivate me to paint more models. I had no idea if anyone would enjoy it, but over the last year I've had plenty of comments from people saying how much they enjoy this series, look forward to it, and even that it's helped motivate them to paint more as well, which is the best response I could have ever hoped for, really. Like, you bastards took something that I was doing to shame myself into action with, and you made it into something positive. How dare you? I'm sorry that I didn't end up responding to many of the comments, but that's just because I get enough anxiety from dealing with the comments section over on the main channel. But I do read them all, and I do really appreciate the kind things you've said, so sincerely thank you. Of course, one of the things that a lot of people have asked me over the last couple of months is, will I be doing this again next year? To which the answer is yes, sort of. I'll carry on making these log videos, but they'll be every 2 months in 2020. So the first one will presumably be in very early March. This is partially because I'd like to do some other things with the channel in 2020 as well as do these painting logs, but also because the format did mean that some of the bigger projects got put to one side because they would have taken most of a month to finish just one of them, hence why I never painted that Imperial Knight that I've been putting off for a while. I'm not entirely sure what I'll do for a goal, but hey, at the very least I'll keep the counter thing going and try and paint more than I buy. So for 2019, although I'm actually recording this in 2020, so Happy New Year, I suppose. But yes, for 2019, I am done. So thank you so much for watching. And also thank you to this tiny rotating stand that has got me through this entire year. Yeah, this thing was a little broken when I bought it, and time has not been kind to it. Guess it'll serve me right for buying literally the cheapest one I could find off Amazon. Oh, it's okay, don't worry, I love you really. Legit, every time it stops spinning, I'm actually a little terrified that it's never going to start again.